Okay, here's the materials list. We've got 6mm satin white pearls. You need 12 if you're going to put one at the top, like this. You need 2 extra. We need 5 for the body and 2 for the top. And then I've got frosted antique silver Tohos, I believe. And I've got these 1x2mm crystal rondelles that we got in the dollar bead box this month. And I've got pearlized white Czech Twin beads. I got a size 10 beading needle and about a wingspan, a little over a wingspan of fireline. So get your materials together, come back, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to put on a stop bead and leave about a 6-inch tail so I can sew in. And so we just come back up through the tail, the stop bead, and pull the thread down, and it'll catch and it'll stop the beads. Okay, so that's how much of a tail I left. Now, you don't have to use 2 different 11/0 seed beads, but I did in both the 2 that I've already done, and I'm going to this time. So you have to decide which ones you want to use where. So for the center, right here, around the center bead, and then a couple along the edges, more of an accent color, I'm going to use these frosted silver. So, well, first we want to pick up one of our 6mm pearls, or druck, or whatever you're using, and then pick up 6 of the first color, your accent color seed bead. See, 6, and then come up from the tail, from the stop bead side, back up through, just like we put on our stop bead. We're going to come back up through that pearl, and we have to use a certain amount of seed beads for this to turn out right. So that's 6. Let's pick up 6 more. And then we're going to turn the bead and come back up through from the stop bead side, back up through that pearl. Now, we still have spaces and we still need more beads. So we're going to come down through this 6 on either side, doesn't matter, I'm right-handed, so I'm coming down through this side, and I'm going to go through those 6 seed beads. You have to move your tail thread. You might have to pull your stop bead down a little. Hold your tail thread out of your way. Just bend it back there and pick up 2 more of your 11/0 seed beads. And come down through these 6 seed beads on the opposite side. Okay, then we're going to pick up 2 more, and we're going to go just like we did the first time. We're going to go down through these 6 seed beads. I wanted to make a quick, kind of simple project. Catherine, this is for you. I hope you make it and like it, because I know some of the projects I've been making has been quite detailed and complicated to some people, you know, probably just starting out. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay. So we've come around and we put on the seed beads we need. There's a total of 16. So we're just going to go through a few more seed beads to get this nice and tight and reinforced. So we're just coming around all the seed beads again. Pulling it tight, keeping it pulled tight. Alright, now we're going to pick up 3 of your twin beads. I believe you could use, I'm sure you could use super duos also. So, and then we're going to go back 3 11-ohs. You're coming out right here. I'm going to count back 1, 2, 3. Go down through 3 like that. We're going to be working out of sets of 3 seed beads, skipping 1 in between. So come back through 3, pick up your next color of seed bead, 1, and come through the bottom holes of all 3 of those twin beads. You go through the bottom holes of all of them, and then we're going to, I got caught here, sorry. Then we're going to make sure they're pulled down tight, as tight as they can be, to the seed beads. And then we're going to pick up 1 more of your second color seed bead, and then we're going to go back through those same 3 seed beads that we were working out of. Alright, now we've got to maneuver our way through these super duos, okay? So bear with me, go through that seed bead and bottom hole of the super duo. We're going to work our way right here to the bottom hole of this last super duo. Okay, and then we're going to jump up through the top hole of that super duo on the end. Alright, I'm going to pull, and then we're going to pick up 1 twin bead and go through the top hole of that very next super duo. We're going to put it in between those two super duos like that. We're going to pick up another twin bead, and we're going to go through the next top hole of the next super duo, the last one on the end, and pull. Then we're going to pick up our second 11-0 seed bead, and we're going to, no, not yet. Sorry about that. Now we got to work our way up to this super duo. So we're coming out the top hole of this super duo. We're going to go back through the bottom hole. Oops. Sorry about that. We gotta watch and make sure that our thread goes where we want it to go, where it's supposed to go. If not, so let's see. I think it did. Where am I at? Okay. We went through the bottom hole. Let's see, we're going to go through the bottom hole the next super duo. No, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Come through the bottom hole. No, we're going to go through the top hole of the middle super duo. And then we're going to go through the bottom hole of the top. Just the one. The top super duo. Like that. And pull. Now we're going to pick up our 11-0, second color 11-0, and we're going to jump up into the top hole of that same super duo. And we're going to pick up another twin bead. Make sure both holes are drilled. And then we're going to jump through the top hole of that adjacent super duo. Or I keep calling them super duos, but they're twin beads. Okay. So now we're coming out of that top hole with this super duo or twin bead. We're going to pick up a second color 11-0. And we're going to go through the bottom hole of that super duo. That same bead. We're just going to go from the top hole to the bottom. Then we're going to jump up into the bottom hole of the top super duo. Right there. I'm going to pull tight. We're going to pick up the second color 11-0. 1. Go through the top hole of that same Czech bead, twin bead. And put that on there. And then we're going to pick up another. Number 2, 11-0. Oh, that's just stuck together. And we're going to go from the top hole down to the bottom hole of that top super duo. And put that on the other side. Make it match. We'll be working out these beads later. So now that we're finished with that part, we're going to work our way back down to the body, to the pearl, or the 11-0 seed beads. So, and we're going to try to do it without showing, with showing the least amount of strength. So, I'm going to jump over into the top hole of this next super duo. And then I'm going to go through that 11-0. And then I'm going to go through the bottom hole of that same super duo. I'm going to go through the top hole of the next super duo. I'm going to go through the top hole of the next super duo. I'm going to go to the bottom hole of all three of these super duos. The bottom hole. If I can get through all of them at the same time, not sure. If not, you might have to, you know, separate them like that. And come up through the middle one. And then make your way through the last bottom hole. And then we want to go through that 11-0 right here. Okay, and then back through those three 11-0, number one 11-0s that we were working out of for that. It's not really a petal, it's a snowflake cross, so a snowflake cross, I guess. So there, we're coming out of three. Now we're ready to move to the next. And we'll do it the same. And I'll do it one more time with you. So we're going to go through 4 seed beads. The one in between, and then the 3 we'll be working out of. I got them all at the same time. So go through those. Total of 4. And then we'll start all over doing our next side of the cross. Okay. Excuse me. Let's pick up 3 twin beads. Make sure their holes are drilled, because that really stinks to not be able to get through one of the holes after you've worked a considerable amount and have to go through it. So we're working out of those 3. Okay, the bead we're coming out of, we're going to count back 1, 2, 3. We'll go through those 3 beads. Pull. We're going to pick up one of our second color 11-0s and go through that bottom hole of all 3 twin beads. Alright, make sure they're pulled tight as they can be up against. They're not going to go completely, they're going to be a little space in between. Pick up a number 2 11-0 and come down through those 3 seed beads that we've been working out of. And pull. Alright, now we got to make our way up to the top of one of these Czech twin beads. So we're going to come up through that 11-0 and the bottom holes of them again. Go through all the bottom holes of all three, and then we're going to jump up. Make sure everything's tight, and then we're going to jump up to the top hole of that super duo that you're coming out of. Okay, we're going to pick up another twin bead, and we're going to go through the top hole of that next twin bead, and we're going to pick up another twin bead, and we're going to go through the top hole of that next twin bead. Alright, now we got to make our way to the top, or coming out of the, the twin bead right. So we got to go back through the bottom of two twin beads. So that same twin bead we're working out of, let's jump down into the bottom hole and the next bottom hole, the next twin bead. Oh. Okay. Then we're going to jump up into the top hole of that twin bead and the bottom hole of the next twin bead. We're going to pick up our second color 11-0 and jump up through the top hole of that bead, same bead we're coming out of. And we're going to pick up another twin bead. We're going to jump through the top hole of the adjacent twin bead. Put that twin bead in between them dogs. Those two. Okay, we're going to pick up second color 11-0, and we're coming out of the top of this twin bead. We're going to jump down into the bottom and all three. Let's just go through all three. The bottom hole of all three of the middle super duos. Then we're going to come up through this 11-0. We're going to go through the top hole of this super duo. Nope. And then we're going to go through the bottom hole of this one. And then we're going to pick up an 11-0, our second color 11-0, and we're going to go through the top hole of that same super duo, like that. And we're going to pick up another 11-0, second color 11-0. A lot of them are stuck together here. And we're going to jump down into the bottom hole of that same super duo. Let's see, and pull. Now we got to work our way back down to the 11-0s around the pearl. So we're going to go through this. Where's the hole? That's 11-0. Oops. Well, I just got tangled because I got caught. Sorry about this. Let's see, let me go up through. Okay. I don't even remember how I was holding it, but you're coming down out. We're trying to work our way down. We came through that 11-0. Let's go down to the bottom hole of that same super duo, the top hole of that middle bottom row super duo, the top hole. Yeah, I said that. Okay. Now we're going to go through the top hole. Let's see. We'll go through the bottom hole of this super duo, right next to it, bottom hole, and then we'll string go. Yeah, then we'll go through the top hole of this super duo. And then we'll go down through this 11-0 and back through the three super duo, or three 11-0s, number 1 11-0s that we were working out of along the pearl. Actually, no, we won't. Yes, I guess we will. We're going to go through, we're going to make our way around. I don't really want to take a, do an angle there. So we're coming through all these 11-0s around the pearl till we get past the next petal or leg of the cross. And okay, and then we're going to skip one. Let's see, can you see what I'm doing here? I just came through the 3 we worked out of on this petal. Then I'm going to go 4. We're going to skip 1 in between, and then the 3 we're going to be working out of. All right, then you just, maybe you can go back if you need to, rewind, and do the next 2 petals or legs, arms of the cross. But come back after you've finished and we'll do the rest. Okay, now we've got all 4 of our petals on, and work your way on your last petal where you're coming up through this seed bead right here. And then we are going to pick up, I'm going to use my, let's see, which one am I going to use? I think I'm going to use my first color. I'm going to pick up 1, and I'm going to jump up through that second color seed bead. And then I'm going to pick up my second color seed bead. I'm going to pick up 3. And pick up 3, and then I'm going to jump down through this second color seed bead. And put those on the end there. Then I'm going to go back around and make a point. So I'm going to go through that bottom hole of that super duo. And then I'm going to come up through that seed bead that we have put on in the first part of making the petals, that first 11-0, and then, well, I'll go through that one, and then I'm going to come up through one more, and let's see, I'm going to get through that one more, one that we just added. We added 3, right? Well, went through one. I'm going to skip the one on the very tip, the one in the center, the second seed bead that we just added of the 3, and I'm going to come down through that next one and the one after and pull, and that should make a nice point on the end for us. Then I'm going to pick up my first color seed bead, just one, and I'm going to come down through that next seed bead. Okay, and now I'm going to pick up, I think I'm going to pick up my, maybe my first color seed bead and a pearl, or my 6mm, whatever you might be using. And you know, probably you could use fire polish, you could probably use Drux, maybe even 6mm bicone. That'd be pretty. And then I'm gonna so those, I'll put those on. Okay, and then I'm going to come up through, or attaching it to this, the adjacent color 2 seed bead on the next petal. See, and we'll just start the process all over again. So let me give it color 1 seed bead on, come up through that next color 2 seed bead. I really wish I would have had some pearl white seed beads. And then I'm going to pick up 3 of the color 2 seed beads. They're all stuck, like I said. I can get them unstuck here. So that was 3 color 2 seed beads. And then we're going to go down through that color 2 seed bead on the opposite side of the super duo. Pull. Now we got to make a point. So we're going to go through the bottom hole of that twin bead. We're going to jump over, directly over into that color 2 seed bead and the next color 2 seed bead. So you'd be going up through 2. You skip the one in the center and go down through the 2 on the adjacent side and pull, and that should give you a little point on the ends. Pick up color 1. Like I said, you don't even need 2 different color seed beads if you don't want them. You could use one color. Come down through that seed bead, and now you're ready to put on your pearl. So pick up a color 1 seed bead, pearl, where's the hole? Come on, come on, there we go, and color 1 seed bead. And that's what we're putting in between the petals. And we're going to jump over and go up through this color 2 seed bead on the next petal. And then we're going to start all over. Pick up a color 1, put in between these two color 2 seed beads, and then we're going to add 3 to make the point, or the end of our petal. Go down through, next color 2 seed bead, go through the bottom of the hole of that super duo and go up through, make your point, and do the next petal. If you have to rewind, go right ahead and rewind. Come back and we'll put the ear wire on. Here we are. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but this white is beautiful. These pearls we got from the dollar bead box are gorgeous. Like I said, I wish I would have had some pearl white seed beads. That would have been pretty. So what I suggest, I'm not going to do it here, I've already done it, is go and sew through all the beads on the edge, the perimeter, except don't forget to skip over your points. You know, you just skip it and go down through, skip the point and go down, you know, just to, it makes it a little bit more solid and sturdy for wear. See, and now work your way up to the tip. This time we are going to go through that top bead. Go through the top bead. We're going to put a pearl on the top. They're so gorgeous. Let's put a pearl. Let's I'm going to pick up one of my color 1 seed 11 seed beads. I'm going to, I forgot to tell you materials to get ear wires, but so I'm gonna, let's see, which way do I want my earring to lay? The front, normally, well, the center pearl is sticking up higher on the front, so that's going to be my front. And then, so I want to make sure, I want to see what side my thread's coming out of on this point bead, and I want to go from there. I want to use that, so it's coming out on the left, so I'm going to come through the ear wire on the left. See, and then I want to pick up one more 11-0, and I'm going to go down through that pearl. I'm going to go back down through the pearl, pull, and then you want to go on the opposite side of that point bead. Right now it's coming out on the left, so I want to go through the other side, the right side. So that'll pull that pearl straight on the tip of that point. See, it'll pull it, instead of leaning to one side or the other, it'll pull it straight. And then we, of course, want to go back and reinforce. So go back up through that pearl. Go through the 11-0. Go through the ear wire. Go through that 11-0, down through it, and down through the pearl. What's wrong, baby? You alright? Hear that noise my cat made? And then I'm going to go on the opposite side. You know, I'm just going to keep that going through whichever side I'm coming out of. I'm going to go through the opposite side. And personally, I normally reinforce 3 times. So I'm just going to shoot back up through the pearl. If I can get through it. Seed bead, ear loop or ear wire, down through the seed bead and the pearl. If you can get down both of them at the same time, that's good. It's getting pretty tight. That pearl's getting pretty tight by now, but not too tight. And then, of course, we're going to go on the opposite side that we see that our threads gone the last time. Now we'll go down through, you know, along the edges and tie off. Tie some half-inch knots. So we'll go down through a couple first, a couple of seed beads, and then we will catch a thread bridge, go under a thread bridge, pull down your loop small, go through the loop, needle through the loop, make sure you're straight and pull tight, and then go through a couple of beads to make sure that you know, you pull that knot up in those beads. So go around tying, I don't know, 5 or 6 half-inch knots. Then you'll need to put your needle on your tail thread and go through and tie some half-inch knots there too. Come back and we'll look at our earrings. Here we are. Here's our earrings, and I was going to make the pair, the matching to this first before I wrapped it up and got this video out to you, but I thought, why? You know, you can see the other one will look just like this one, and I'd like to get this video out to you so you can go ahead and maybe start making these for Christmas or maybe as gifts. So thank you to everyone. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.